Hey everyone, hi, good evening, and welcome to the session. So, due to some urgency, Anusha couldn't take this session, so I'll be taking the session. I'm Bhupendra, and we'll be discussing about this project optimization in solar power generation, right? And when we talk about this particular project, optimization in solar power generation, this is a DA project, data analytics project. And what are we doing here? The client here is basically a leading solar manufacturer, solar power manufacturer, and the client is basically from Chhattisgarh. Now, they have a big solar plant near Raipur. And when we talk about this solar plant, of course, in every solar plant, based on, what we are using or what we can do is to raise efficiency of that power plant, right? How to increase the efficiency of power plant, this is what we need to see. So, today's topic, today's project is optimization in solar power generation. Optimization in solar power generation improves forecast accuracy and energy scheduling. So let's talk about the business objective here, business objective, business constraints, etc. So as we said already, client was one of the leading solar power provider. Talking about business problem, the company struggles with frequent fluctuation in energy output caused by variable environment condition and system inefficiencies are limiting optimal solar power generation. Now, what are this environmental condition? Now, it may happen that there is, for example, shade, or there is tree nearby, or for example, there is a bird dropping on the panel itself, there is power. Basically, there might be physical damage, electrical damage, there might be dust that is accumulated on the solar panel. All these things, all these factors lead to what? Lead to basically inefficiency in the solar power plant. Now, also, when we talk about solar power plant, if for example the wiring is not done properly, if it's in series parallel as per the requirement, if it's not done that way, that could also lead to problem. Now, as a data analyst, what you need to do? As a data analyst, you'll need to maximize the power production and performance. And when we are talking about maximizing something, maximizing the power production, what we need to do? As a constraint we have is to minimize operational cost, right? You can't go for very high tech thing and at the very same time lot of machines you can't apply, you can't use just to maximize the power production in such a way that it is breaching the boundaries and all. No, nothing like that can be done. Basic thing is that we should go for maximizing power production, making sure that operational cost is under control. We are not actually putting a lot of money in that, right? So how can we deal with that? So when we talk about minimizing the operational cost, there are some efficiencies like we discussed about solar panel and all that we can clearly avoid. Now, talking about success criteria, we talk about two success criteria here. First is business success criteria. When we talk about business success criteria, friends, we are talking about specifically this business problem. And we have to achieve to 20 to 30% increase in the profit, clearly. Now, when we talk about economic success criteria, increasing 30% in revenue, reduce operational costs through improved solar power generation efficiency. Right, so revenue should be increased. It is basically the economic success criteria. Now, when we talk about any project, we understand business objective, constraints, and all those things, success criteria we talk about. After that, we go for research. Once the research is done, based on our research, of course, there might be similar paper that might be published. So based on our research, what do? We go for business understanding. Of course, a complete CRISP MLQ approach we use. CRISP MLQ methodology. Of course, this is data analytics. So after data preparation, we'll go for visualization itself. So project architecture, starting for business understanding, we understand the client's requirement. We collect the data. Either when we are researching, we give the data, or the client himself will give the data, or we'll give the inputs that these are the things we need. And accordingly, based on the database of the client, he'll give the data. Data collection and understanding. Now, once the data is collected, it is stored in the database. Here, since we did it in a local system, we stored it in MySQL. In general, whenever we talk about client data, we store in S3 bucket, right? Completely automating everything and taking the data directly to the S3 bucket or taking data directly from the S3 bucket for analysis is something that we should aim for. Now, talking about this project, MySQL, of course, we have raw data. We did analysis, we used Python, we did analysis, exploratory data analysis. And of course, based on exploratory data analysis, here also, we have exploratory data analysis done. And in EDA, exploratory data analysis, we come up with two documents. One is statistical insight. And one is business insights. These two documents we come up with, statistical insights and business insights. Now, here, when we come up with statistical insight, we get to know what is the data pre-processing part we have to go for. From business insight, we get to know what is the business decision we should go for. Now, once this part is done, based on the data analysis itself, statistical insight itself will go for these data pre-processing steps. Once you clean the data, you store it back to the database. And once you have it stored in the database, of course, here itself, that same thing is repeated here, just to show you. When you store the data in the database, what do? You take that data, clean data, you make visualization, you make dashboards. When we talk about dashboards, we have to take different stakeholders into consideration. For example, there might be my operational manager, there might be data analyst, there might be someone else. We have to take the stakeholders into consideration and we have to give the insights based on that. So we can do it in Tableau, Power BI, Google Looker Studio. We can use all these tools for data visualizations. For example, here we specifically use Power BI. You can do it in Tableau or Google Looker Studio too. In Power BI, we have Power BI service. Power BI service, what it does is we share our documents or files with the user itself, right? User or the client here. So this is the complete project architecture we follow, friends. Once we are done with this, we talked about visualization. We clean the data, that's fine. We talked about visualizations here. Now, for each and every stakeholder, we'll give visualization. Here, we are talking about three stakeholders primarily. One is operations manager or operations managers. There are a group of operations manager. So what is the real-time energy output, real-time energy expected output, inefficiency, how much is the inefficiency and all those things, right? Again, based on different our inverters and units, we are seeing how much is the production. Now, how much is the downtime? When is the downtime? When is it running? Basically, 99.3% time it's running. 0.7% time there's downtime. Right? All these things will be seen by the operational manager. Now, what a data analyst will care for, or what a data analyst will look into? Data analyst will see which panels are underperforming. Right? If there is a downtime or running time, what about the season? If it's spring or summer, if it's normal or underperforming, what about efficiency when it comes to spring or when it comes to summer? What is the total power output? And in that, of course, we need to see if even that is during the summer or spring, right? And that too for normal and underperforming both. It's not just for one, we need to see it for both. And what would be the total power output depending on the season itself. Here, this is the total power output and expected rate as per the season completely. We can see there are variations. Basically, if we generally see during monsoon and all, we all know, say solar power won't work completely or will be fully functional because there is monsoon. Again, the inefficiency will be there because of lack of light and all. Now, talking about another stakeholder, we are talking about the maintenance team here, right? So, maintenance team, we need to make sure that we take them into confidence. We need to make sure that we clearly tell them where we have to go and do maintenance, right? And they will see what is the power output by month, right? Some of GII by quarter, year, month, and all those things. We can select range. What is sum of total power output, right? And what is the sum of GII by month? Again, sum of total power output and sum of GII, and all those things basically maintenance team will see, and they clearly understand what other factors or what where we need to focus on, right? All these things can be seen by maintenance team. Now, based on these trends, we just don't stop here. See, right now, it is just to explain you about the project. We'll be talking about other things too. So, when we talk to the client, we don't just stop here, friends. When we give dashboards, what are the basic other things we can talk about, or what are the basic insights that we can have from the data dashboard itself? Be it for data analysts, be it for maintenance team, be it for operation managers, we need to understand what are the insights we can give to them, right? This is very, very important, friends. Just making the dashboard won't suffice. You need to make sure that for each and every operational manager, we come up with awesome insights based on our research. And then only being a data analyst actually works, right? So you have to be really good at that. So this basically is about maintenance team, right? So again, when we talk about 360 DTMG, this we already understood. And when we talk about the 360 DTMG, the project we talked about, solar power project, it was clearly a client project. And when we were doing it, the client is in Raipur basically, right? And we were doing this project, we really enjoyed that, right? And we gave really good insights and they were happy. So our students are also doing the same thing here, right? They're doing challenging and real-time projects that push you to your limits, learning of all phases of project management methodology, friends. Not just fun, not just to you understand void, right from the business understanding, where you get data, how do you push it to the database, load it again from the database, how do you clean it, how do you present visualization in front of client, and also what insights you give to the client that makes client happy, that makes sure that they are retained by you or by your company. All these things we see. Learning about different tools using industry like Python, Power BI, cloud platforms, working on research paper that are published in international journal. Yes, our students get their paper published, and access to various free tools to enhance your learning. We have mind maps, AI design studio for ML, resume optimization hub, animated learning, all these things, friends, in our website, free of cost. You can just go there and explore it, right? I request you to explore the same. So you can contact us on toll-free number 180021265431. You can mail us at enquiry@360dtmg.com and visit our website. We talked about animated learning and resume optimization hub and all, right? It will be available in this website. Of course, talking about course fee and all, you can clearly visit this website and you'll get to know. And we have offline centers at Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, Thane. Again, there's Bhilai. We have offline centers at Odisha. There are offline, lot of offline center, friends. You can just enroll here. And yes, feel free to follow us on our social media handles. Right. We have accreditation to international certification bodies like Microsoft, State University of New York, Future Skill Prime, Panasonic, and TCS Science. So I hope you enjoyed today's session, friends. This is it from my side today, and we'll be coming back again on next Monday with another project explanation. Till that time, I request you to go through it completely. Go and visit our YouTube channel. You'll have a lot of things there. You'll have a lot of stuff available. And go to the playlist section and you'll see plethora of things are there for your learning. Right. We want to make sure that you enhance your learning completely, and we'll be the big part of it. Right. So thank you so much for your time, team. Take care. Bye.